where it's like you really have no good option, right? Because if you if you don't show up to do something like that for your child, like well, we'll take your scenario first. If you do show up, then like obviously you're trying to spend time with your child. Like you don't want your child to be taken somewhere away from you, especially when it's your time and whatever. Like I think that's fair. If you show up, then it's held against you of like, oh, he was causing a scene, or this is distressing for the child or whatever. But then the other side of that is if you don't show up, then the court is like, well, why didn't you even show up? Like it wasn't,
Exactly.
nobody was withholding you from your child because you didn't even try to show up. And I see this a lot. Like I've heard this a lot from father. The cases that I'm thinking of are all just happen to be fathers, but I'm sure it's happened to mothers too, where it's like, hey, I was texting the mom. My time was supposed to start Friday at 6, but then mom just kept texting back. She was like, oh, if you show up at 6 on Friday, I'm going to call the cops because she's not going to go with you this weekend. And it's like, well, it's my weekend. She should be with me. I'm going to be there at 6. Mom's like, don't show up at 6. And so you end up with this whole back and forth thing. And so finally, the dad or whoever the parent is just like, okay, fine. I guess I won't show up because I don't want to cause a scene. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to get the cops involved. I think maybe in this case, it is in the best interest of my child. Like, we'll deal with this in court. You go to court, and then the judge is like, no, you didn't even attempt to get your child.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't count. so it's like you can't. Right. So it's like neither, like there really is no good option there. Like there's like, you can't pick either road there. There's no win.
Yeah. And the question is, why isn't, because this has been going on for years. This isn't anything new. Why isn't there a checks and balance now? At what point are we going to get a checks and balance? I don't want to talk bad about a judge, but I think the best analogy I ever heard from a lawyer, and this guy was in his 70s, 40 years practicing. He walked into court, he won the case kind of guy. And he was like, when you walk into court, he was like, you're asking somebody to, essentially tell you, hey, paint a picture for me, right? You're both going to paint this picture, and whichever one comes out better is how I'm going to decide, right? And when he said that, I was like, you're asking somebody that has no knowledge. They don't want to hear the fluff. They don't want to hear the why I hate you and you hate me. And then you want me to make a decision for your kid. So like I see both sides of the coin with a judge that's like the only person that can make a good decision for your kid is you. But at the same time, like I have a judge right now that preaches that day in and day out, but he makes the worst decisions for children every time he gets in front of them. And it's like that analogy sticks so well. When you go into court and you're sitting there, you're trying to paint your picture. How do you paint a clear picture when you have so much emotion, so much, like you are tied to this? This is you that you are fighting for. So it's like, it's crazy just trying to like understand both sides of that coin. I don't think all judges are bad. I don't. But I think there is no checks and balances.